my best friend who we still like just down for life. She was my girlfriend at the time, Jazzy Jeff. She was into music. I was always, we both like connected, like both of us was into music, but she was actually like, she like wrote lyrics and poetry and all this. And I had realized like she had a passion for it, and I actually like, I was inspired kind of through that, because me as a skateboarder, I was like, man, like I have a passion for skate, like that's my life, like I don't know when I'm gonna stop, but I seen that passion. I was like, man, like how come you don't like actually do something with it? I'm used to like, if I got whatever tools I can, I'm gonna do it, and she'd be like, oh no, I'm like, blah blah, she like blah blah blah. And so I'm like, well look, how about if I write, you write, so we kind of, like collab in a way. And so that was actually my, like the night of my birthday or the day before, it was like done late. And so I wrote, the first track that I wrote to was that Not a Stain on Me instrumental. And it went from there. Chamillionaire and Lupe Fiasco, those two is like my contenders of what I would say like is heavy in my playlist of music I listen to. And it's a lot of other people from old school hip hop like Tribe Called Quest, De-La Soul. It's a super mix of anybody. Really life kind of inspires me to like do music and get the thoughts that I do to write and everything like that. What makes me different from other artists, I think it's how, well, of course, me being a person, I'm different from any other person. But I notice a lot of people who rap and do the music, like it's a consistent boundary that they may stay in. And I realize like once you start, you're gonna be in a certain boundary. Whether it's this boundary is you rapping about where you want to make it in life, and you want to see you want to see the gold chain, you want to see the cars, you want to see this and that. Then it's people who rap about how they living at that point, and they may have that, and it's so many different things. I think what makes me different though is how the depth, and a lot of people talk tell me about my vocabulary, like how I just able to put these certain words in here and make it flow how it flow, but also who I am as a person, like because I don't smoke or drink, or I don't cuss, like so unless it's just like I'm skateboarding and that's my own little anger issue. But I don't, you probably wouldn't catch me, you'll never catch me cussing on any of my tracks I've done or that I'm gonna do, because I just grew up as a person growing up with like 9 brothers and 8 brothers and sisters in a house. I just felt like a role. I had to see myself as a role model in certain things I do and don't do, and so it kind of blended in with the music I do. So I think what makes me different is the fact that how I can write what I write without that certain content and make it good. Like it's a lot of people who notice like any of the music you heard before out of the mixtapes, like I'll be able to write, and spit, and you'll hear it, you'll be like, dang, for him not even, cussing in there, it sound legit, because I'm bringing, the knowledge, and I'm bringing the content, and it still sound full, like this, what I'm saying? So I think I'm excited at myself, like I'll write something, and I'll be like, dang, that's not even me, like I didn't even write that, like that can't be me. And I'll be like, yeah, like that was me that wrote that. Who do you represent as an artist? Who I represent? I represent like a lot. Like I represent, where I'm from, Cleveland, Ohio, in the building. You know what I'm saying? I represent more than just territorial steezes too. Like I represent people who live life. You know, like I represent like the struggle. I represent, you know, the where I'm from. You know, the ghetto. Everybody in the ghetto. So I represent where I grew up from. I represent, you know, the thinkers. I represent the speakers. I represent the leaders. I feel I represent a lot of people. I represent skateboarding as a whole. So it's a lot of things that I represent as an artist. I was thinking, you know, oh, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And something that would be funny, like as a spoof rap name. Greatest lame alive. Like, it'd be so cold to be like, you know what I'm saying? So even if you was garbage, like, be like, that's my name. I'm the lamest, you know. And I actually after I did one, I was just, you know, it was actually part one was just like a joke. Peacock Rerun 1 was like a joke, and then after I did 2 and realized like I was enjoying doing it more, I was like, I'm gonna keep this name, like Greatest Lame Alive, like cause it fit into who I am as a person. Like everybody would see me as a lame based on how certain things I did, certain things how I acted, kind of weirdish, kind of like ugh. And so, you know, a lot of people like, man, you corny, or you know what I'm saying, you lame. But it was so funny because it was the opposite of, you know what I'm saying, like you tell a joke and be like, man, you corny for that one, but they be laughing. So it's like I kept, you know, the Greatest Lame Alive to kind of put that like I'm the greatest lame, but it's not, it's kind of far from it, but it's so close to it at the same time. Like, and then I realized it put myself out there to show that I'm not fearful of keeping that name and showing anybody that if you call me a lame or if you say that my music is garbage, you know, you don't have to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? There's other people that can feel it. There's other people that can, who ear I can grab, or I can just enjoy it myself. Whether if nobody liked it on earth, I know that whatever I was doing, that I loved it, and that, I think that's the key. Like to show that I love what I do, regardless of what anybody thinks. So.